Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Christine. Today we are going to talk about all things mental health, the things that I do during the week to kind of just keep my mind balanced, just keep my intentions aligned. And I feel like it's such an important topic and not enough people are talking about mental health. So this is going to be just like a chatty sit-down video. We can hang out, make yourself a cup of tea. But before we go ahead and get started, first make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already and the little notification bell. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the video. These types of tops are always fun until you realize you don't have enough like breasticles to keep it up. Also, new lighting setup, who dis? I just got these two new little soft boxes and I don't even have my ring light out. What kind of beauty blogger am I? These two new soft boxes are from Amazon. I'll go ahead and show you like a little behind the scenes video of what it looks like. But I do have a video on like all my Amazon favorites and my whole like filming setup video. So be sure to check out that video if you guys are curious on that. Some of the things I'm talking about in this video are all about like mental health and stuff like that. When I first moved to LA, I had such bad anxiety. Part of that is I had stopped drinking coffee altogether, and so now every time I do have coffee, it does give me anxiety. And then also like moving away from all my friends and family back home and living in a completely new state, which I had never done before. On top of that, I was just working so much. I wasn't getting enough sleep and I wasn't making time to work out. So I feel like all of that together just kind of made me a wreck, and I feel like I wasn't as productive as I could have been. So the reason why I wanted to do a video on this is I actually got a comment on one of my vlogs. Maya is Bella, and she said, I would love to watch one of your vlogs on physical and mental health, your workout plan, and any tips for college/university life. And I feel like it was such an interesting topic. I consider myself very mentally strong, but I feel like I have also worked very hard to get to where I am now, so I thought it would be an interesting topic to talk to you guys about. The reason why I didn't want to do a vlog is I kind of wanted it to be more of an organized situation and provide it in a way that would be the most helpful for you guys. I also have a couple questions that some of you guys DM me, so we'll go ahead and cover that later. To kind of put it into context, I used to live in Seattle, and if you guys have been following me ever since I lived there, you guys are OGs. But I moved to LA last year in December. When I first moved here, I feel like I experienced anxiety, and when I lived in Seattle, I had never experienced anything like that ever before, so it was very new to me. Sometimes I would have moments where I didn't even want to leave the house because I would feel like something was gonna happen if I left, which is so weird because if you know me, that is like not who I am at all. And I feel like part of it was because I moved away from all of my friends and family. It was almost shocking not to have all of my network of friends, not to have my mom and dad like 30 minutes away from me. It was a really odd experience, and I actually heard from some friends as well that DM'd me that they also experienced anxiety when they moved away from their home and into a completely new place. Another one of the reasons why I think I may have experienced that is I stopped drinking caffeine, and I've talked about it in a couple of videos, but I used to work as a cafe barista, and I was also drinking a lot of coffee, especially working at a coffee shop. It was just so accessible that I ended up drinking way too much. So I was drinking almost 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day, which is like the equivalent of like 5 to 6 espresso shots. Whenever I wouldn't drink coffee, I would almost feel like hungover, like there would be a haze. One day I was like, okay, this is probably not the healthiest thing, so I cut out coffee completely. Now every time I drink coffee, it just gives me anxiety, and I know that's a common thing. So that's the reason why I don't drink coffee anymore, but I do love matcha and I love drinking tea, and that's a great way for me to drink caffeine. One thing that really helped me once I moved here and was kind of settling for a couple months, I was getting used to the whole swing of things, going to events and kind of organizing my days and weeks, and then also kind of making friends here and there. I felt more like California was home to me, but I still had that feeling of anxiety sometimes, and I just couldn't place why I was having that feeling. But one thing that really helped me is working out. I worked so much. I would have days where I would wake up, go through emails, check DMs, all that stuff, and not be done until like 10 or 11 p.m. and then repeat that for the entire week, and I would work through the weekend as well. And so I wouldn't even make time to work out. I try to live a very healthy, active lifestyle. And back when I was living in Seattle, my best friend there, Sydney, her and I would go to the gym about 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes 5. So we were super active. Moving here and then completely cutting out working out in my daily routine, I think took a really big toll, not only on my body, but I think on my like mental state. There have been so many studies that show that when you work out, your brain and your body releases endorphins. I started making time to go to the gym, and I tried to work out at least twice a week and make time to sit in the sauna after workouts as well. There's so many benefits of sitting in the sauna, and I'll put a little blurb over here. So I always make time to sit in the sauna whenever I go to the gym. When I wasn't working out a lot, Brandon would annoy me in the smallest way, and I would kind of almost explode at him and just snap back at him, and I would be very short, impatient. With working out, I feel like I had a lot more patience. I was a lot more easygoing, and things that would happen to me would kind of just fly by. Like, it wouldn't affect me for a long term as much as it would if I wasn't in a balanced state of mind. I started developing like a good work-life balance where I made time to go to the gym at least 2 times a week, more if I had time. But making time to just do a quick workout, I found made such a huge difference in how I felt, my anxiety, and just how my whole composure as a whole. I feel like when I was working out regularly, there wasn't a lot of things that could happen to me that would make me super upset and impact me for more than like 5 or 10 minutes. I cannot speak enough about how important working out is, and not just to look good and feel good in your body, but it's so important for your mental health, and I can't stress that enough. Another thing that helps me a lot is CBD oil, and that is really good not only for like whenever I feel anxiety, but also if I feel like I can't sleep at night and I have too much that I'm thinking of. CBD oil also helps me fall asleep, have like a really good deep sleep, and then I just wake up feeling so much more rejuvenated. I actually keep a bottle of CBD in my purse now too, because sometimes if I have weeks where I don't make time to work out, or I just am staying up late and just working way too much, sometimes I'll get in the car and just have that feeling of anxiety, and whenever I feel like I really need it, I'll just put like half a dropper under my tongue. To sum it all up, things that really helped my anxiety are just making sure that I have a really good work-life balance, have off days to kind of just sit back, relax, allow me to kind of reset so that I don't feel burned out as well, and then also making time to work out. Also, boxing has helped me out so much. I highly recommend you guys try it out. It's just a great way to get any type of like built up frustration or anger inside of you. If Brandon annoys me, I'm like, I'm gonna go boxing in the morning, just like really go in on that bag. But also, it's just like such a great arm workout. It feels good. Boxing and working out has helped a lot, and then also CBD oils, and so I keep that with me whenever I feel like I have a spurt of anxiety, whenever I feel like I can't sleep at night and I just have too much on my mind. Next, I want to recommend some of the CBD oils and other CBD goods that I've tried. I like to get CBD oils that don't have THC in it, and that is like the active ingredient in like marijuana. Here I have a little baggie of all CBD goods, and these are all things that I have tried and I want to recommend some to you. My favorite CBD of all time, I mentioned this in my favorites video, but this is the 2 Cranes Attune Full Spectrum CBD oil. I also do have a discount code for you guys as well. It's not an affiliate, so I'm not making any money from it. It is just a discount code, so you can get a small discount if you choose to purchase this. So I'll go ahead and leave it down below as well as down in the description box. This one is also a really great price point, and I met the 2 owners, and they're actually sisters. They talk so much about like sourcing good ingredients, and they only work with one single farmer. This is also full spectrum. A lot of CBD oils that are out there are only broad spectrum. Full spectrum allows you to get like a broader range of benefits. Usually it is a little bit more expensive as well, but again, the CBD oil is priced so well. It comes from a single source, and this one also, when I add to my matcha lattes, kind of adds like a little bit of an earthy flavor, which I really like. So tastes good, the bottle is cute, like it has great ingredients, and I love the founder's story. This is the CBD that I keep in my purse, and this is the Charlotte's Web Mint Chocolate CBD oil. This one is really great because it has a mint chocolate flavor. Brandon doesn't like this one because he prefers like the non-flavored ones. But this one is really great for like on its own. Maybe if you're new to CBD and you don't like the taste of it, this is a good like starting point. The mint chocolate taste kind of masks the CBD flavor a little bit. This one just tastes good and it doesn't spill, so I do like leaving it in my purse. Another CBD oil that I really like is this Onyx and Rose Broad Spectrum CBD oil. This one's also has 0% THC. All the CBD oils that I'm talking about have 0 THC, but this one is really great because it has no flavor. I compare it to my 2 Cranes Attune CBD oil a lot because they are both just non-flavored, but this one comes in a bigger bottle, but it's broad spectrum. I believe it also comes in a full spectrum but is a little bit more expensive. And then the last CBD oil that I've tried is this one from Lord Jones. This one's actually available at Sephora, so it's convenient if you want to just pop in there and try it. So yeah, those are all the oils that I recommend. Next, I want to go into some of the questions that I got on Instagram. So one of the girls asked me what my workout plan is. I've always been very, very active, and you don't get a good body by just working out here and there. It's just like you don't get stronger overnight. You get stronger by doing a workout routine continuously for a long amount of time. I make sure that I do cardio every single time I go to the gym. I also make sure that I lift heavy weights, and so I do have a couple of workout videos on my channel. I have a playlist of just workout videos if you guys are interested in seeing like my arm or back workout or even like a leg day workout. But when I was working out 3 to 4 times a week, I would make sure I would hit every single different part of my body. Like I would do arms and back one day, I would do chest and abs another day, I would do legs and booty another day, and then my last day I would do cardio or something like that. That's very random, but I'm not a workout expert. I really just work out whatever I feel like. Another way to like build a good body, if you will, is to also make sure you eat clean. I consider myself a very healthy person. We try to cook food at home whenever possible, and Brandon's also a pretty good cook, and when him and I first met, he's the one that got me into eating really healthy, really clean. We eat organic foods and we try to cook at home whenever possible. Him and I also have cut out dairy. It just helps you feel better about yourself. You know, I wake up with a clear mind because I have good food inside my body. Another question that I got is, how do you deal with school or work stress? Have you ever struggled trying to find what study methods work for you as a student? With work, how do you maintain your quality work and find meaning in it, especially when you're stressed? Okay, that's a good question. Stress kind of goes back into that like having a good balance. When I was going to school and working a lot of jobs, I was pretty stressed, but one thing that really helped me again was working out. I feel like I can't stress out enough. Make time to work out 2 times a week. I promise you it will make the biggest difference on how you feel. Another way was just making sure that I got enough sleep. I feel like a lot of the times when I'm really stressed or I feel like burnt out, it's those weeks where I don't let myself have a good 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single night. And also taking time to just turn your mind off and relax. I don't mean going on social media, because I don't think that is the best thing for your mental health, and especially if you're feeling stressed, that might not be the best thing. Brand and I really enjoy watching like a good TV show. If I'm feeling really stressed and I feel like I just need a break, sometimes I will step away from my computer and go out and get boba with him or hang out with Ginny or some of my girlfriends. I'll call my mom or dad. And so just things that you can do to maybe step away from your phone and computer, maybe just watch a movie, go for a run. I don't know. There's so many things that you can do to kind of just like reset your mind. And I feel like making time for that is also very important. Another thing that I recommend for dealing with stress well is maybe finding a method of studying or working that works best for you. When I was in college, I loved staying in the library and studying. I felt like when I went home and I tried to study at home, I just wasn't as productive. I would study for 5 minutes and then check my phone for 15 minutes. My attention span just wasn't really there. So I feel like when I was in a different environment and or studying with other people, that was when I was the most productive. Whenever I have like a crazy week of work, a lot of the times I would try to study or try to do work in a cafe, just making sure that I kind of change it up from time to time and not getting too much in a routine where it feels like such a chore. With work, how do you maintain your quality work and finding meaning in it, especially when you're stressed? It's a good question. Now my work-life balance has gotten a lot better and it's not as busy, but as some of you may know, I'm actually part of the Sephora squad, so I do a lot of work for Sephora on top of like my own personal videos I want to get out to you guys. To help prevent you from feeling burnt out and to kind of find meaning in what you're doing is to make sure that you're enjoying all the little things. Like for me, I love feeling like I'm connecting with you guys and feeling like we're building a friendship. Also looking back on where I was like a year from now and appreciating how far I've come and maybe just taking a second to feel grateful for that. I feel like gratefulness is also such an important aspect, just to be grateful for everything and not feeling entitled like anyone owes you anything. Just having good energy, you know what I mean? Like when you are good energy, it also attracts good energies. There were weeks where I was doing 4 to 5 videos a week where I'd edit that many videos and I would feel really burnt out. I wouldn't have time to work out or get a good night's sleep. Like I just feel like there wasn't enough hours in the day. Things that really helped me to find meaning in that would just be like your guys' DMs and sweet messages. But maybe if you work in a job or if you're a student, maybe finding what you love about what you do, making sure you take the time to appreciate that and also do more of it. Like when I was going to school, my favorite thing about going to school was studying afterwards with friends or building relationships. That was my favorite thing, and also like dressing up and looking cute. Yeah, so it totally depends on what you do, but just find what you love about what you do and try to do more of it. Like I feel like that's so cliche, but that's what I do. When you feel burned out, what is your reset routine like? My favorite thing to do is to go boxing or go work out. Some days when I don't feel like working out, I love to watch a good movie with Brandon or watch YouTube videos or even do my makeup or even spending a lot of time on skincare. You guys know I'm such a skincare junkie, and sometimes just sitting in the bathroom, washing my face for 60 seconds, doing a mask, painting my nails, just doing things like self-care are the things that help me the most. Also putting my phone down from time to time. So sometimes we have days where we just crash and we feel like we're doing too much, we're overwhelmed, and that's just a common thing. So for me, what helps me the most is I kind of just took some time off. That entire week that I was in Seattle, I didn't edit a single YouTube video, I didn't check any of my DMs, and I just stepped away from all of that, and it helped me so much that when I got back home, I was like ready to jump back into everything, catch up with all my work. If you're working like a job or if you're in school, you might not have the luxury of being able to pause all that for a couple days. So one thing that I would recommend is just making sure that you have enough sleep, making sure that you have good people around you, making sure that you are intentional with everything that you do, maybe know what you want to do like 2 or 3 years from now and have that vision in mind. A lot of times that helps me get through whatever like humps I'm going through, especially when I have weeks where I'm just tired, I'm stressed, I feel like I have so much to do. A lot of times I think back on like where I was a year ago and where I am now, and it brings it into perspective how much work I put in and seeing it all pay off, allowing myself just to be grateful for that. Also maybe stepping back from social media or whatever, maybe like your work or school, stepping back for a little bit and allowing yourself to enjoy the little things. So yeah, that is all the tips that I have, and I hope you all found it helpful. If you did, make sure you give the video a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments what you thought, maybe some of the tips that you have whenever you're feeling super stressed or overwhelmed. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and have a conversation with you guys. And that is the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.